Hello, welcome back to another episode of Unruly Fashion. Thank you so much for coming along. I always keep saying thank you, but I am really grateful that you've come along and you've joined me on this journey. So today I don't know, it's been a week of a lot, but this today I'm going to congratulate myself on my wins because this week I drove to Ottawa and back in under 36 hours. I've done that drive before, but I've never done it in what's the word I'm looking for? The horrifying conditions that I did this time. So the last time I did it was in the middle of the summer, so I breezed right through it and just came back. This time there was a bit of a blizzard going on. The roads weren't clear. There was snow everywhere. Visibility was really poor. And my poor mother was in the seat next to me just losing it, but calmly losing it in the way that only Nigerian mothers can. Like I could feel the tension coming off of her. But to her eternal credit, she didn't say a word. She just kept talking to me the whole time. I would just talk me through the drive. By the time we got into Ottawa, there was zero visibility. Like I couldn't see where I was going. But obviously, like the stoic Nigerian that I am, I pretended like I wasn't terrified. I was shaking in my boots. Literally, I was wearing boots. Shaking, but we made it there. And then the next day I made the drive back. So yeah, good job me, because high five myself. Yeah, I'm not going to do it too loud because I deafened my producer. So the highest of fives to myself. And I think that you should also congratulate yourself on whatever your wins were this week. But that said, in addition to my wins, I've also had a few epiphanies. As the days go by, I do my best to learn and unlearn, like be a better person every single time. I learn something. I'm very open to learning new information, to changing my mind. I used to think that was a terrible thing about me, the fact that I can change my mind very easily when presented with new information. When presented with new verified information. Because as a human being, it's hard to change anybody's mind, but I find myself very adaptable. If you say that the sky is blue, and I say, well, all the evidence points to the fact that it is in fact blue. And then one day you wake up one day and say, actually, it's not blue, to be honest. It's about it's a yellow, but it seems like a blue. I'd be like, prove it. And then you do, and I say, fine, the sky is yellow, and we move on. In keeping with that, I've had a few fashion epiphanies myself. So that said, that is what informs what I am today. So today, I am a retired fashion critic. And you're like, what? Yes, I'm going to tell you about that much later when we come into the body of the entire podcast. But yes, as of today, as of this very moment, I am a retired fashion critic. And I have instead opted to be, because we're all judgmental people. Right? We pretend like we're not. Anybody who tells you they're not judgmental is a liar. They're just not judging you to your face. You know what I mean? They're thinking it. So I like to think I'm, to each their own, a type of person. But of course I have an opinion of it. And my opinion is in fact a judgment. So I am a style judge now. I will no longer criticize, but I will judge and keep it to myself. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a Care Bear. But as opposed to being a Care Bear, it says you-ish. I will go into the details of this outfit, which is like a very simple, casual thing that I have on, but I love it. And once we get back from, paying a few bills, we'll come back. I know these go in pretty early, but you know what? Bills show up early. Every year, every month, they don't waste time, they don't stop. So you know what? It's 30 seconds. You'll be fine. Listen to it. Go on. See you later. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed whatever ad that was. Buy it. Whatever it was. I'm kidding. But so going back into the body of what I'm talking about today, I am a retired fashion critic. And here's why. First of all, I have realized that anybody who calls himself a fashion critic is just a bully. You're a bully in Gucci shoes. Shut up. Yes, you are. Because you cannot criticize fashion per se, right? You can't criticize someone's fashion because let's say there's this butt ugly pair of boots or whatever. Let's say they're Yeezys. What? Let's say they're Yeezys and they're ugly. I cannot criticize the fashion itself because the fashion itself is the pair, is the whatever. I can have an opinion as to what I think it is, but criticizing someone for wearing it would be criticizing their style, not their fashion. Because remember, the fashion is the material, the style is what you do with it. And you can't criticize style because style is personal, right? What I deem stylish does not have to be what you deem stylish. And I feel like that's one of the things about the fashion world where there is this sort of, and for the longest time, it's stopping now. In this year 2022, we have seen an upsurge in trends of people deciding that they're going to be who they want to be. And this is thanks in no small part to Gen Z. Gen Z said, screw your fashion rules. We'll be whoever we want to be. We'll wear what we want to wear. Your norms are going out the window. And I love that. As someone who has always been like that about fashion, I love it. I love the fact that it's just, there are no rules. You do what you want. And that brings me back to the fact that you cannot criticize style. You can't tell someone what is stylish to them. You can find it garish. That's fine. That's your personal opinion. You can find it unpalatable. That's fine. That's your personal opinion. But you cannot say that the way that someone puts things together is wrong. That's nonsense. And I used to do that. So that's why I'm a retired fashion critic. However, I will remain a style judge in that my only problem with style is when it is boring. Because if your style is boring, then it's not really style now, is it? It's not. It's just a refusal to exit your comfort zone. That said, that is why I will never, ever forgive Mark Zuckerberg for telling or trying to teach people that wearing the same thing every day is some sort of style. Nor would I ever forgive all the style, what are they called? Coaches out there who tell you to find your own personal style and stick with it. Shut up. Like, you should be able to, you are a multitude. You are not one-dimensional, not even two-dimensional. You people are multifaceted. You should be able to express yourself as whoever you want to be on that day. Stop listening to people telling you to find your own personal style and stay with it. They're telling you to stay in your comfort zone. And believe me, everything fun in your life, everything worth achieving, everything worth doing, worth experiencing, and worth looking at is way outside of your comfort zone. It's way outside of your comfort zone. Stop being afraid of color. As a retired fashion critic, I will now also retire a bunch of things. I mean, I did this a while ago, but the idea that black is a color is dumb. Black is literally the absence of color. I may have said this before. It is the absence of color. It's not a color. It's what you do when you don't know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, try something at least. Don't just sit there and be like, oh man, no, I don't want to try. For who? And I know we're all waiting for that future state. Let me just tell you something. There's no future state. There's no tomorrow where everything is going to align itself perfectly and you can finally be the style maven you've always wanted to be. There's no tomorrow. There's no future state where it's perfect. It's today. It's now. Your life is happening now. You are who you are today. Your style is what it is today, an accumulation of what it's been every year and every day and every moment before that. So every day you decide that you're gonna pick up something so boring, something so unremarkable that you've done over and over and over again. You are deciding that you are going to be cereal. You're going to be Kellogg's Cornflakes. Do you know how Kellogg's Cornflakes was invented or why? Please Google it. Yeah. You want to be Kellogg's? No, you want to be Fruit Loops. That stuff is delicious. I don't know if it's good for you, but it's delicious. So good. Or at the very least, you want to be Nesquik, which is one of the cereals you can mix anything with. The number of things I put in my Nesquik is just unconscionable, but that's great. That's my cereal style. Find your own cereal style. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've always, to be fair, I've always never enjoyed the whole criticize, like all those makeovers that you see on TV and the whole, what's her name? The one with the daughter, those two that would criticize what people wore on the red carpet. That's mean. That's mean. I mean, I can be mean. I can. But to do that on a public platform, we enjoyed it because at the very depth of all of us, we are bullies. We're all bullies. We can all be bullies. We can all be kind people. Anybody who tells you I'm not a bully, that's not true. You just haven't found the person they bullied, right? So we enjoy being able to step on somebody who we think is lower. Like my fashion is terrible, but it's not that terrible. And everything I'm saying, I'm sure that someone out there is going, yeah, but you always talk shit about Crocs. And I will continue to talk shit about Crocs and Uggs and Yeezys. It's not going to stop. I'm judging it as an entity. It's ugly. Okay? Just no. I don't know. No. Moving on. But yeah, sitting there and telling someone that the way that they've chosen to express themselves is awful because you don't like it. Who are you? Like, I believe that that's what we all need to cultivate. And luckily for me, I cultivated this at an early age. Who are you to tell me what to do? Who are you? Oh, I'm a fashion person. I don't give a damn. I like it. I like it. I learned that from my mom, who is one of the most stylish people I know. I mean, the place when we were younger, my mom was. I looked up to her. The way she would put things together without even trying. I got that from her. I mean, she's gotten older. She's gotten a little more conservative, and I wish she'd go back to the days when she was just like, anything goes. This is cute. I'ma do it. I don't care. Because my mom's thing back then was, until today, it still is. Mom, what's this thing you're wearing? I like it. And then she'd stop talking about it because I like it, just like no, is a complete sentence. I like it. And you'd be like, oh, okay. But it's ugly. I like it. And then you have to shut up about it. You might say, how does this apply? Does this not apply to your boring fashion? I did not say you don't have to like it. You can like being boring. Why would you like being boring? You want to be a footnote your whole life? Come on, honey. You are the only adoration of you there will ever be. The one unique flash in the pan that this universe is ever going to have. There's never going to be another you. And you want to be a footnote? You want to be uninteresting? Unremarkable? You want to be the person in the family tree that they remember for being absolutely nothing? Listen, I'm going to be the person in the family tree that they're like, her outfits? Yeah. Her? Remember Auntie Noella? Her outfits. Oh my God. I don't want to be remembered for anything. I want to be remembered for a bunch of things. But if the fact that every time I walked into a room, I owned it is something to be remembered by, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you think you don't have any talent, I'm sure you do. If you think you don't have any talent, at the very least, just refuse to be forgotten. Refuse to be forgotten. Walk in somewhere and make sure that people remember who you are. I think that that's is what our clothes do for us. It's your way of walking and saying, well, I'm here. Because nobody remembers the guy in the t-shirt and jeans. Nobody. I don't. Okay, nobody interesting remembers the guy in t-shirt and jeans. I don't. You don't remember the regular, when we're looking at the Oscar red carpet. What do you remember? When you watch the Met Gala, what do you remember? I remember a man's outfit. I remember that confection that said, listen, the world revolves around me. And I said, yeah, baby, and rightly so. It should revolve around you. You're Iman. I don't remember the regular red. People were wearing so much red. What the heck was that about? I don't remember those. Because you wore a red dress. Okay. So did I yesterday. I'm bored. Give me something interesting, especially now that we're in a pandemic. Come on, don't your eyes starve for beauty? I remember, Unruly on Tally, that's one thing he used to say. He said it in I believe the September issue. He was like, my eyes are starving for beauty. Your eyes are starving for beauty. People's eyes are starving for beauty. Be the beauty you want to see in the world. Be the fantastic person you want to be in the world. And when people are like, what are you wearing? Be like, I like it. And move on with your life. Now, speaking of my mother and this fantastic outfit, my Care Bears outfit. I grew up on Care Bears. I love Care Bears. I remember that I loved the idea of them. Didn't really like that they forgave everything. It was like, let's make peace. Even as small as I was like, no. Sometimes we need chaos. Sometimes it's violence is good. I'd be like, Care Bears care. Nah. That's why maybe I loved Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. So she woke up every day and chose violence. She was like, yes, I think that violence is where we go with this. But so I love the Scare Bears motive because instead of doing the whole, I believe this was oh, who was this? I used to know all their names. I'm not going to try to remember this because it's going to take me a while, but I used to know all their names. But anyway, the fact that it says you wish, it's like, you wish that I cared about your opinion. You wish that I gave a damn about what you think of me and my style. You wish. And that should be everybody's outfit, attitude. This dress is very, it looks like the seams are on the outside. And as I was putting it on, I could hear my mother's voice in my head. I could hear her going, well, what kind of cut and join outfit is this one now? Mom, if you're listening, you know it's not, you know it's true. Like, Noella, she would say it in Igbo. Noella, cut and join up, top one again. My mom is one of the most unfiltered people you've ever met. She doesn't know how to hold in her opinion. She doesn't know how to rein it in. She doesn't know how to not say what she's thinking. And sometimes it comes out like in the way that all Igbo mothers, it will come out and you're like, wow. And then, but most times it's like, it's coming from a place of love because she'll be like, Kekwani, like, why are you wearing this? You look like you're wearing the back of your dress. I'm like, okay, isn't it luck? Because in Igbo culture, accidentally wearing the back of your dress is good luck, or it seems like you're going to get money. I personally think that you get money because people think you're poor, and they're like, yeah, and then they give you money. That's what I believed. But it's a thing that if you accidentally walk out of the house wearing your clothes back to front, you're going to get money. So she'd be like, people think you're homeless. So as I was putting this on, I'm just imagining like the style shots, and then my mom just looking at it just judgmentally. But I just, with all my love, Mom, I love it. I will always love it. It's my thing, and I'm okay with it. Moving on. So trends. So remember how I mentioned that trends this year, and I love that. It's just going wherever. Like, we have men in skirts, we have women in whatever. There are no fabrics that you cannot wear. There's nothing that you cannot do. Now, obviously, people always try to come in and put their own spin on things. People always try to come in and say, yes, we understand that trends are going a certain way, but this is how to wear this trend. It's nonsense. Do what you want. That is my fashion tidbit. Okay, we're segueing into the fashion tidbits time. Do what you want. Do what you want with your style. Remember to believe 100% in what you're wearing. Don't do things because other people are doing it. I find a lot of fashion these days, a lot of alleged style, is just copying and pasting what other people are doing. That is not style. If like I mentioned, style is what Rihanna does with clothes. And it is style because you cannot replicate it. People have tried. But she's just inimitable because that's who she is. That's what she wants to wear. That is how she's expressing herself. Trying to express yourself the way that somebody else is expressing themselves is just borderline impossible. Because you're not that person. You don't know the story behind the outfit. I just told you the story behind this outfit, which is why I can wear it as comfortably as I'm wearing it, because I know the story. I know why I love it. I know why it makes me laugh. Somebody else could look at it and be like, what are you wearing? I like it. I'm telling a story about myself. So the trend that Gen Z love those little guys, tenacious. The trend that they're taking us towards is be who you are. Okay? If you go shopping, and I've mentioned this, go shopping, buy what you want to buy. Learn the art of going shopping by yourself. I do it. Buy what you want. Buy yourself. Learn the art of going shopping without asking for anybody's opinion. Do you like it? Yeah, put it on. Don't come out of the dressing room. And when I go shopping, I never come out of the dressing room and ask, what do you think? I don't give a damn what you think. I picked it up. I don't care what you think. I like it. And even sometimes when I have come out and asked, and someone's like, oh yeah, that looks great. If I don't think it looks great, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't care how much you tell me it looks great. I'm gonna wear it. You're not gonna wear it. I'm spending money on it. You're not spending money on it. Be so protect your style the way you protect your peace, because it is the expression of who you are. Nobody should be able to tell you how to do it. Nobody should be able to tell you what to do, and nobody should be able to dictate in any way, shape, or form what you do with your own money and your own clothes. Every day is a runway. Like every day you step outside, if you're like, oh, I don't want people to look at me, people are going to look at you. People are going to look at you. You exist, you're a human being, people are going to look at you. Give them something to remember. And please try not to be a footnote. Anyway, on that note, I think I've rambled for a little bit. Well, not rambling. I say ramble, but I don't mean ramble, because I think I've imparted some wisdom as a retired fashion critic. I can't believe I used to bully people. Yeah, I can. I have a bully in me somewhere, you know? But I'm better than that. So should you be. Anyway, on that note, let's go pay some more bills. I'll see you later. And we're back. So now we're going to go into Unruly. So this segment is usually Unruly takes or tips. Now, because I have retired from being a fashion critic, I'm gonna give you a tip today. Okay. So this week's Unruly tip is buy the color. You know that one you're terrified of? Orange? Buy that color. Do it. Now, here's my tip for doing it, right? Buy it, take it home, put it on, give it a day. And if you're absolutely like your skin is still crawling because you're like, not because you're thinking to yourself, oh, I could never pull this off, but because you're like, no, I would never, absolutely never, ever, ever wear this, take it back. But buy it. There's no law. I've done this so many times. That's my tip for buying things. I bought it, and I'm usually not a returning person. Odds are high that if I go home with something, I'm never bringing it back, because when I go home with it, my wardrobe is gonna be like, oh, but you can wear this. Remember Obi Ajulu, I told you about her? Obi for short. Obi will be like, nah, girl, we're gonna wear it with this, that, and that, and that, and that. Don't worry about it, and I'll keep it. Or even if I'm just, laziness will probably just win out. I'm like, I'm not going to return it. I have to go stand in line. I don't wanna. It costs $2 or 25. I don't care. Or 700. I don't care. I'm not returning it. Now, you are probably not as lazy as I am. Okay? So the odds that you're going to return it are high. But make sure that you only return it because you are sure, you are 100% sure that no iteration of you is ever going to wear it. But try it first, buy it, and take it home. I did it with two things. One of them I kept. Actually, well, not two things. I've done it with several things. Only one of them I've returned. And to my utter, what's the word I'm looking for? Pain, I regret it. It was a Victoria Beckham set. It was an orange. It was gorgeous. Now, I loved the pants. It was a little out of my budget, but I bought it. I took it home. And I love the pants, but I did not love the top. It didn't sit well on me. And it never occurred to me to ask if I could just keep the pants and return the top. So I returned both of them because I said to myself, I'm never going to wear it. Because it was sold to me as a set. And I returned it. And orange is one of my favorite colors. It's one of my top favorite colors. Until today, I keep looking for it anywhere to buy it. And that is one regret that I have, because I could have kept it. I just didn't. Now, the second thing was this jacket from Smythe. Am I pronouncing that properly? It's funny story. I rarely know how to pronounce designer names. I'm just like, I read it. I learned to pronounce things like someone who's an avid reader. So you just read it and you sound it out. So yeah, Smith, whatever. I bought a jacket from there. It's beautifully embroidered. It's lovely. I've worn it in a few of my Instagram shots. Expensive, but I said to myself, take it home. And if in the morning you really despise it, you really think to yourself you're never going to wear it anywhere, bring it back. I was halfway out the store when I knew I was never going to bring it back because it was a beautiful jacket. Until today, it's one of my favorite things I own. So here's your fashion tip. Buy the color, take it home, try it on, and step out of your comfort zone. You can do it. You can do it. Also, speaking of fashion tips, I don't know if you guys know, but Pantone does colors of the year every year. These year's colors, I believe, are, well, a shade of purple. There's yellow in there somewhere, and there's lime. Sorry, a neon, like almost a neon lime, which I would say to myself, I'm never gonna wear because it's pretty fluorescent, but it's doable. And I'm going to try to put those colors together so you just can see. But yeah, those are colors. They're pretty bright. And then obviously neutrals. There's brown in there somewhere. So buy the color. Buy the color. You can do it. You're not meant to be a footnote. You're meant to be seen, darling. All right. When I come back, we're going to do the Q&A, and then we're going to round things up and just, call it a day. All right. See you in a bit. Hello, we're back again. Does anybody know that trend on TikTok? Or am I just the only one on TikTok with the kids? Damn, social media is for everybody, okay? Anyway, but it's this trend that goes back again. Luda, it's getting meaner and meaner each time, baby. But anyway, we're back, and just gonna do like a quick recap of what we've talked about so far. So today I told you I am a retired fashion critic, celebrating my wins because I drove to Ottawa and back in horrifying conditions. High five me. Another high five. We talked about leaning into what you want to wear because you like it. Okay? We talked about buy the color, buy the thing. Just take it home, sit with it for 24 hours, bring it back if you have to. And now we're going to go into Q&A, which reminds me, please DM me your questions, right? I get these questions from a bunch of people, but DM me your questions at Unruly Fashion Pod. Message me questions just before every episode, or I'll keep them coming. There's no limits to how many questions you can message me. That's fine. And I will answer as many of them as I can. Right now, I'm answering one per episode because I don't have a deluge, but I'm sure that everybody has questions. So message me at Unruly Fashion Pod. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me. Come on, girl. Come on, sis. You know you wanna. Okay. Now, this question, I'm going to just read it from my phone because the time has passed where I could memorize things. My brain just is, at this point, only crowded with bills and content. So I'm going to read it. That's why I'm looking down. All right. So question is mismatched dress codes, right? Which means not dressing for the occasion. Is it a fashion statement or is it a sign of someone not putting in effort into presenting themselves in the best way possible, even though there are various options out there to be utilized? First of all, wow. When I got this question, I was like, you must be really mad about this. And he goes, yeah. I just thought about it right now. I'm like, right now? I don't think so. But, and that's the thing. It's funny because I love this question because remember how I said I'm a retired fashion critic? I am. And I will only be a style judge. That's fine. But in my head. However, the one thing I believe in 1000% is dressing for the occasion. There is a time and place to wear anything at all. Okay? There's a time and place for any particular thing. If an occasion calls for a 3-piece suit, if an occasion calls for coats and tails, if an occasion calls for a floor-length evening gown, please wear that. You're not cute by contravening. I hate people who are contrarian for the sake of it. I despise it with the passion that burns. To what end? If you know that you do not want to adhere to the dress code, don't go. It's that simple. Don't go. You don't have to go. Your absence in itself is a statement. I don't want to go. Now, so the answer to this is it like not dressing for the occasion? I believe that yes, it is you refusing to put in effort. You don't want to put in effort. You think that the idea of you just going in there and being contrary is in itself something to be cool. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go to a black tie dinner in jeans. You look like the help. Don't do it. You're better than that. And don't go to a casual event in a floor-length sequin gown. For whose benefit? Don't do that. People say, there's no such thing as overdressed. But I think I'd rather be overdressed than underdressed. But the thing about being overdressed is that sometimes about being overdressed, for example, now, like I said, something casual and you wear a floor-length sequin gown, you can't pare it down. But if you're overdressed and like you have so many layers on, for example, if you wear a 3-piece suit to something that's a jeans and t-shirt occasion, you take off the vest, you take off the jacket, you roll up the sleeves, and you untuck the shirt. Et voila, casual. Right? You can do that. But the fact remains, before you go anywhere, at the very least, you owe it to yourself. Forget the people you're going there for. To yourself. You owe it to yourself to not be a spectacle in a bad way. Okay? I know that we live in an age where infamy is most often conflated with fame. Being infamous is not the same thing as being famous. Going somewhere and, getting negative publicity because you went to that place is not the same thing as good publicity. There is such a thing as bad publicity. There is such a thing as you going somewhere and just ruffling so many feathers that you are never asked back again. Now, if that is your plan, okay, great. But then why are you ruining it for everybody? Just don't go. Just don't go. Why? Why are you doing that? So what you should do, if you're going to go somewhere, right? Ask. And I always ask. Anyone who knows me knows that if I'm going somewhere, my first question is, what's the dress code? If there's none. And I don't know that I dislike anything more than people who say to me, wear what you want. And then you show up there and it is absolutely not a wear what you want situation. I find it unforgivable. Because you want me to look stupid? I find it unforgivable as somebody who is so invested in dress codes, right? So ask, what should I wear? What is there to wear? What is the plan? What sort of a vibe is this? If there's no dress code, then ask someone who's been before. What do people usually wear? What do majority wear? They just wear jeans and a t-shirt. Okay. My solution to they just wear jeans and a t-shirt, especially if it's coming from a man, is wear the jeans and a t-shirt but wear heels. Don't listen. Don't listen. Always wear heels. For me, heels have saved me because heels instantly make it look like you tried. If the answer is, oh, it's more dressy, blah, 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 which oddly enough, in different places. So I grew up in Nigeria and then I moved to North America. When people say dressy in North America, they do not mean it in the same way that Nigerians mean dressy. When Nigerians say dress up, they mean dress up. They mean show up and show out. They mean take your Sunday best and elevate it. Okay, I'm talking sequins, feathers, name it. We dress up when we say dress up. We act like we're going to the Met Gala. That's what dress up means in Nigeria, where I grew up. When I came to North America and people say dress up, I thought it was the same thing. So imagine my chagrin when I showed up one day at something that I was supposed to dress up at, looking Nigerian levels of fly, and people just had jackets on and like regular evening dresses. Not even regular, I'm talking just, casual sheath dresses. And I was mortified because I said, this is not, it's a cultural difference. When North Americans say dress up, they don't mean dress like you're going to the Met Gala. They mean just, don't wear jeans and sneakers. No. So anyway, point being, find out what the dress code is and then find out what that dress code means to the person who is telling it to you. Because my idea of casual clearly is not other people's idea of casual. This outfit I have on, you're going to see the full thing much later. This outfit I have on is my idea of casual. But it's funny because this morning, my sister was looking for something to wear in my wardrobe, and she told me this funny story about how when she was originally house sitting for me sometime last year, she told my other sister to please send over a box of t-shirts and casual clothes for her to wear. And my sister said to her, "Why do you need casual clothes? Why do you need clothes? You're in Noella's house." And she goes, "There's nothing casual in her wardrobe." There's nothing casual. I, on the other hand, think I have a nice mix of what I think is casual. Like, my idea of dress up is clearly not my sister's idea of dress up, and my idea of casual is clearly not my sister's idea of casual. So yeah, find out what the dress code is and do your best to adhere to it. And if you cannot adhere, then don't go. So to answer your question, my dearest, questioner, yeah, someone not adhering to dress codes is them simply not wanting to put in the effort. And you people are better than me, because if I throw an event and I give you a dress code and you show up and you do not adhere to the dress code, I will throw you out. That's the one place I'm mean, and I'll be mean about forever. All right, that's it. Thank you again for being here so far. Remember, you find me every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcasts. I know we're boycotting Spotify right now, but hey, look, if that's your thing, you do that. I'ma still be on Spotify. So yeah, cheers, and see you next episode. Bye.